Why the fuck is everything so expensive? We're gonna go up to the hills. Oh, there's a truck, and we're gonna drift the hills. My buddy and I at work, we were talking about places we'd want to move to, like we'd want to live if we moved from here. I don't know if you could tell by the way I sound or not, but I'm from Eastern Kentucky. It's not really the best place to live in the world, not the most fulfilling, whatever. I gotta switch cars, hold up. It's kind of ass. And I Google searched because I've always been super fascinated. I don't know if I had to assume it was from playing so much Grand Theft Auto, like San Andreas and GTA 5 when I was a kid, but I've always been super fascinated. Damn. With the geography, the layout, and like just the I guess you would call it biodiversity of California. You could have the desert, the beach, all this stuff in the same state and like within close proximity to each other. You'd have snowy mountains up in the north, like a kind of a coastal beach if you wanted towards the north, sand dune desert towards the south, towards Mexico. You could have like big cities if you wanted, like LA and San Francisco. There's just so much diversity geographically in California. And I've always wanted to move there. So I Googled top 10 places to move to in California, and a Reddit thread popped up. I don't remember if it was number one. I think number one they had ranked like San Francisco or something, but number two or number three was Monterey, California, and I had never heard of Monterey, California before. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Monterey, I don't know.
I'm kind of retarded,
but I'd never heard of it before. I clicked on Google Images, bro, I kid you not, my jaw dropped. It was legitimately shocking. It kind of fit exactly what I've always wanted, my dream, just the dream place I've always wanted to live in. It's so beautiful. Just the images alone were enough to put me onto it. I watched a couple YouTube videos of people talking about like how expensive it was and if you should move there and the pros and cons and stuff. The biggest con I think was a crazy entry. The biggest con was the cost for most people because it's so expensive. They said that like an average house of 3 bedrooms and like 2 bathrooms and a moderate square footage, like barely over 2,000 square feet, is going to net you over 1.2 mil on average without fail every single time. And it made me think, if it was up to me and I didn't have kids or anything, and if me and my girlfriend were able to, we'd probably just get in a car and drive to California, live in the car, try to find a job or something. Or even with the job I have now, I could probably do it remote. I don't know if they'd go for it, if they'd want me to do it remote, or if they'd want me to, I think they'd want me to stay in person, but it'd 100% be able to completely do remote. All the work that I do could be done remote. But with the amount of money I make right now at the job I'm at, I don't know if it would suffice for California with the cost of living, especially in like Monterey. And I know that you can move inward, and that's probably what I would do. I probably wouldn't want to live in Monterey just because how busy and touristy it would get. Like 20 minutes inland was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really nice city. And that's probably where I would live. But still, houses were like 300, 400K. And to some of you that might sound like normal or even cheap, but to me in Eastern Kentucky, even now, most houses are like 300, 400, but you can find some gems, like livable, nice houses for like 200, 220 pretty regularly on a regular basis. You cannot, that's like damn near impossible. Like a single wide trailer in California is 220K, 250K in most parts. There are some parts that are objectively cheaper, but you would think that living in Eastern Kentucky would yield you all around cheaper cost of living. And you know, it does for the most part. There's no way I'm about to get pulled over. For the most part, it is cheaper. Food's probably cheaper than California on average. Gas is cheaper. But even though it's Eastern Kentucky and the economy, especially in the area that I live in, is terrible. Like the average household income is nothing to brag about. I may make a little over the average, or I may be like right at the average. It's still like barely enough to get you by, even in Eastern Kentucky, especially if you have like a family and you're not just a single person living by yourself. If you're a single person living by yourself, you could probably get away with it a whole lot easier, just based off the fact you only got to provide for yourself. You don't have to provide for no one else. But trying to take care of a family on the average median household income, it's tough, bro. It surprises me, and it like, I don't completely understand it. I know gas in California in a lot of places is like upwards of $8-9 a gallon, but like where I live in Eastern Kentucky, as of today, when I went to get gas, I drive 2 cars. If you watch any of my videos, like my IRL videos, you know I drive a 92 240 hatchback S13, and I drive a 2013 Infiniti G37X. Both of those, according to the owner's manuals, take 93 octane fuel, or 92, whatever, premium. And I mean, as you know, other than diesel, premium is like the most expensive gas option. Here where I live, as of today, it was just for 87 octane. It was $4.59 or $4.79 or something like that. Oh, look, fucking hit the hell out of that guy. He ran right in front of me. 87 octane fuel is like $4.59, $4.69, $4.79, something like that, which is ridiculous. My cars, where they take premium, I know a lot of people who are like, you don't got to put premium, put 89, put 90, whatever. You don't got to do premium. To be safe, I do premium. Premium is like $5.29 or $5.39 or something. Like, it's ridiculous. For my Infiniti to go to fill it up completely from empty to full, it is like 80 bucks. I want to say like 85 or 83 some right now. For my 240, where it's the 4-cylinder, it's got a smaller tank, it's more like 70 or 60, maybe 55, 60. I don't know if I've ever gotten it all the way down to E. For both cars, it's expensive for what they are. Not only is it expensive, it seems like out of nowhere, ever since the gas prices re-shot back up, it was like I get less fuel economy, less miles to the gallon on average than what I did when gas was normal price. And it doesn't matter, it's not just one gas station that I go to. I can go to any gas station in my area and it's the same story. And all the gas stations are priced different, just for, I guess, competitive advantages on each other. When I fill my vehicle up, my Infiniti, it still reads that I get 400 and some odd miles on a full tank, but I do not. If I drive my Infiniti every day to work, I'm having to refill it back up in like 3 or 4 days, and I only live both ways. It's maybe like 15, 16 miles from where I work, so it's like a 15, 16, 17 minute drive to where I work. It's mostly highway miles, so I'm not pushing the car. In either car that I drive, I'm not pushing it, I'm not flying, I'm not stomping on the gas, doing a lot like launch control off the red light, trying to send it as hard as I can. Literally just driving, normal pitter-puttering around, starting and stopping in a smooth manner, like how you're supposed to when you take your driver's test, all of that, the whole 9 yards. And I still get severely less fuel economy than I did even like a couple months ago, like 3 months ago, when gas was at a decent price. It was still expensive from what it had been, but it was definitely cheaper than it is now. It's over double the cost now. Oh, please don't wreck my shit. Oh, it's so fire. I just wrecked the fuck on my shit. I know you guys know who Big Time is, the YouTube channel, Jeremiah and Job from Donut. They made a video on if you really got less fuel economy with the current gas and how expensive it is, because it's not only one thing to have have fuel be so expensive to where even the average person is like not able to afford it. It's another thing to have that same fuel not go as far as it did before when it was cheaper. So it's more expensive, or you get less mileage, so it's less efficient. It makes your car run less efficient, and it seems like it's kind of a big scheme employ. They raise prices, raise the ethanol count in the gasoline. This is all allegedly. Please do not blow my brains out. I am of sound mind and do not think about suicide or anything like that. I value my life. I love my life. I love my kids. Love my family. Would never do anything to hurt myself or my family. They raise the price of gas, so it's more expensive when you go to buy it, but then they also raise the ethanol count, so you get less fuel economy, so you have to fill up more, so you have to buy more gas at a higher rate. It's like the perfect scheme. I don't know, it's not really a pyramid scheme, but it's the perfect scheme to get you stuck in the infinite loop. And it's working on me, because I'm legit having to fill my Infiniti up if I drive it every day, like 3 or 4 days. No, it's so fire. Pulled right out in front of this person. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? No, he's gonna beat the fuck out of me. He's literally gonna shoot me. I'm just trying to drift, bro. What was I saying? Oh, But it's like you got to spend more money on gas. Oh no, terrible part one. Terrible part two, the fuel gets you less miles. It harms your car. It's bad, it's worse for your car. And so you got to fill up more often at a higher rate, higher increase of fuel. There's no way I'm hearing a jet over top of me. That is for legit. So in Eastern Kentucky, it's insanely expensive. Even the cost of living right now is, you're barely making it if you're making the average median household income and you have a family. Like I said, if you're a single person, it'll probably go further and you won't struggle as much. But oh, here's that motherfucker, bro, back again. It's hard. So I couldn't imagine if I moved to California making the same amount of money that I make now, even if I were to keep my job and do everything the same without a raise or a promotion. You're literally just not making it. Because if the fuel were to cost $8 or $9 a gallon and you have to fill it up and it has the same effect, bro, you're literally going bankrupt. You're spending all your rent money, and the average rent in Monterey is like $3,300 a month for a decent 2-bedroom apartment or 2-bedroom house. But I know it is beautiful and I'd love to live there. But if I were to move there, I'd definitely move inward. But I for real did not know how beautiful it was and how literally matches everything that I have always wanted out of a place to live. They also talked about how another con of it was the economy. Like the job market was very limited if you didn't work in tourism or healthcare. And I guess if healthcare kind of contains a lot, because you can be an IT worker or cybersecurity or something like that and still be in the healthcare field if you work for like a hospital or a healthcare company. I don't know if there's any hospitals in Monterey, but if you work for a healthcare firm or a healthcare center or a hospital, you could still be something that you want to be and not like a nurse or a provider. But the market is very limited. Not even to say that the job market in general is limited, because so much stuff is getting taken over by AI, and it's like the job market right now has been terrible. I think it's the worst that it's ever been in history, at least in the United States. Basically all that to say, I want to move to California no matter how much it costs. I got to figure out an exit plan. I got to figure out a way to provide and make my money go further. I know moving to California is not a good way to make your money go further, but I would love when I retire to retire to like Japan. There's this dude I watch on YouTube. His name is Building Japan. He has this term called geographical arbitrage. So you make a bunch of money. You basically live in one place where money is like not really abundant, but it's really easy to make money and you can make a lot of it, like America. You live there for a certain amount of time out of a year, like a certain number of months, whether it be like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You work the whole time. You literally work and you sacrifice like all the amenities and all the joys of life just to work and make the money. And you do that for 3 or so months, however long you want to do it. And after you get the work done, then for the rest of the year, you live your normal life. You don't have to work anymore. You take the money where it goes further. And he is doing that in Japan, and he's like building houses and stuff in Japan with the money that he makes as I think he's a carpenter in America, but in Japan he's studying Japanese carpentry. So he's got like a little dual thing going on. He has property in Japan, I think. He's buying land, and I don't know if he's renting houses or what in Japan, but he's got the method on lock, and that's what I would love to do. I love Japan, and I've always loved like the culture and the history and just the country itself. And I've watched countless people on YouTube go there and not just move there, but just go to visit. Like Dustin Williams, I watch him a lot. He has a lot of car content in Japan, and it would just be so cool if you were to have not just a remote job, but like if you were a YouTuber and you made decent money doing it. I think Japan even has a visa for that, like an online workers visa. But that'd be a pretty solid way, because you can do YouTube from anywhere in the world that has an internet connection and you can upload. It'd be pretty fire. You wouldn't even have to live in America. I mean, you still could. You could say that you did, I guess, but that might be fraud. But you could have your like get paid in USD, so your money goes further in Japan, because the Japanese yen is like guess less stable based on what he was saying, less stable and less valuable than and it's weaker than the US dollar. Don't quote me on that, I'm just saying what he said. I think I would love to commit geographical arbitrage and move somewhere where my money actually went further and mattered and felt like I was contributing towards something, because here in America it's like, I don't know, I feel like we're past the point of no return and there's no saving it now. And I know there's no permanent downward economies, like every economy bounces back, it has to bounce back, but it's like how long and how far will it go until it bounces back? Because bro, it's not looking too hard right now. I don't know if you guys like this video, but I kind of got carried away. Let me know if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. They're fun to make, they're easier to edit too, because I don't have to do a lot of jump cuts, and it's kind of just me being real with y'all and not spamming, doing the, you know, the YouTube induced brain rot editing where it's like constant attention grabbing. And I know my voice probably sounds really mundane. It's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning right now. I'm up late, just drifting. I was playing with my friends, but they got off. Yeah, let me know if you want to see more. I'll make some more. This is fun. I haven't drifted in GTA RP in this is the first set that I've done. I haven't even interacted with anybody this whole video. I've just been drifting.